Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 38 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 26. Very quick, before we get started, I want to say a special thank you to the Twitch audience. For last episode, episode 37, that I streamed on Monday, was our most ever viewed episode on the channel. So thank you very much for that. YouTube audience, when I uploaded the video, it took, see, 8 hours to upload, which is a long time for a 2 hour episode. So I'm looking into that and why it took so long. I think the actual video, I started uploading, and I think at about 5 p.m. Eastern, and it didn't get finished uploading until I think 2 a.m. Eastern. So yeah, that video's views in the first, couple hours after uploading are dead. So if you didn't see that episode hit your subscriber box or your recommended, that may be why, since it finished uploading at 2 a.m., which is insane. But here we sit. So we just wrapped up the MLB draft last video. I think overall, pretty good success. Our top three draft picks, we took a high school infielder, Ricardo Magana, who I really like, but he's 17 years old, so very far out from contributing. If slash when he signs with me, I'm going to move him to second base. The infield error of 40 is a little bit terrifying for a shortstop, so it's going to be a second baseman. And in all honesty, depending on how long this save continues and how Howie Lee progresses, it might be a smooth transition from Howie Lee at second to Magana at second. But right now, he's got really good potential. Even the eye of a 55 potential. I mean, he's getting about a walk per game in high school, which I will take. A little bit of speed also, so I really like his profile. But again, he's 17, so far and away off of contributing for us. Then we went back and took another high school bat, outfielder Jonathan Jameson, who similarly, when he signs, I'm going to move to the corner outfield spots instead of center field. That might honestly increase his overall potential also. But I really like Jameson. I think he's your classic, really good contact, not a lot of power. Corner outfielder, like an upgraded version of Stephen Kwan, if he potentials out, is how I view him. Double digit steals every year in high school is also really good. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be no power in his bat whatsoever, but that's okay. Especially if his contact and avoid Ks end up where we want. And then we did not have a pick in the third round. And so in the fourth round, we took Ryan Garcia, who was a reliever in college. We're going to keep him a reliever for us. And he is already like decent. His cutter is already a 50 rated. He's sitting at average to above average stuff, movement, and control. So I think the key with him is just making sure we don't screw up the first couple minor league years and he doesn't get shelled. And then he could genuinely, be with our major league team by the end of 2030, depending on how he develops. He averaged 17 strikeouts per nine in college, which I hear is pretty good. And overall looks like a really good reliever for us. Then in the fifth round, we went catcher Brian Sinclair, who defensively, I'm kind of warming up to him. The 45 arm is pretty similar to like Hunter Goodman, and we know how bad he does at catching stealers. Unfortunately, the AI didn't play him in his draft league, which is a little bit annoying. But in college, he did really well. He walked almost once per game, double digit homers his second year. Very, very solid catcher. And again, he's going to get some time probably in single A, do really well, and then just move up from the minors through there. 6th round pick, we are not going to sign him. Javade Gill, we took a shot on because he was projected to be a first rounder, and I just wanted to see what his asking price was. And if memory serves, yeah, he wants about $4 million. That's half my total budget. So he is not getting that. And then other players we drafted, right fielder Dana Fink, who is the exact opposite of Jameson, where Fink projects to have great power, but also a 35 avoid K. So he's going to strike out a ton, but he's going to mash, which is always a fun profile to have. And then Danny Reedy, who I would say is another version of Jonah Jameson, just slightly worse eye. But avoid K's is going to be there. Contact is there. He barely struck out at all in high school. So I think overall, pretty good profile. We went light on pitching. That was by design. If you look at the prospect pipeline for our team, of the top 15 prospects, only 3 of them are hitters. So we have enough pitching. I think it's just a question of getting the pitchers to hit and then making sure we land on our batters. Speaking of which, I wanted to call up Kaime, but I don't know. And he's still not ready. This guy's killing me. Anyway, so that's enough about the prospects and such. We currently sit 51-42. We are a half game ahead of the Dodgers for the division. Unfortunately, they have swept. They've taken the first 3 games of this 4-game series against us, and we are not having a good time in July so far. We only have 2 wins the whole month, and it is July 12th. So I'm going to play the first game of the Dodgers series, and then sim probably game 1 of the Athletics, play the other 2 out, and then we will be at the All-Star break. We have, I think, 3 hitters that are in contention for All-Star spots. The first one is Hunter Goodman, who has a nice 927 OPS, already 21 homers on the season. He should probably make the All-Star team. Ezekiel Tovar at shortstop, I think, was on there at one point, 800 OPS, 513 slugging. He also has 18 homers thus far, doing very well for himself. And then Alex Bregman at third base, who is enjoying a phenomenal year with us. 888 OPS, 523 slugging. He's worth 3 WAR already. So he is dynamite right now. So really happy with that. But without further ado, let us play the series finale against the Dodgers. Try to salvage literally anything. Hao Yuli is tired, so he is going to get the rest day. And I think instead of Tucker Toman at DH, I'm going to move Yankio Fernandez to DH. And then Joe Lamp is going to bat 8th and take right field. So without further ado, we got Herrera on the mound. They have Bradley Lofton, who it looks like they had a reliever and then a starter, and he got shelled. So we'll see how we do against him in inning 1. Cole Carrig already at second. And they walk Condon. I mean, no complaints there. Tovar batting 4th today, moving up the lineup a little bit. He is 0 for 15 against the Dodgers. That is a phenomenal stat. All right, Jason Dominguez walks. Bases are loaded for Hunter Goodman. And he hits it deep to center and caught near the warning track. Unlucky there, but we did load the bases. We didn't get a single hit. It was all walks, but it's fine. So my goal today is just get through the All-Star break and then hopefully get through the trade deadline. and have a much better team coming out of it. I think I might be in the camp where we trade some of our not like top five prospects, but we might give up a top 10 prospect to get a good like bullpen arm per se as the bottom of the order goes down one, two, and three. Nothing for the Dodgers, and Cole Carrig with a triple for our first hit of the day. Yankiel will walk. Charlie Condon strikes out. There we go. Tovar gets his first hit against the Dodgers in his career, and it's an RBI single. That'll play. And Jason Dominguez lines out to right. Yankiel thought about going for third. Chose wisely. Hunter Goodman lines out to end my fun. But nonetheless, we take the lead. Josh Rojas lead off double. There we go. Harrison Bader goes down swinging. Samuel Munoz, who hit 2 home runs against us in the series, goes down. Mookie Betts is hit. Uh-oh. Oh, they had to take Mookie out of the ball game. That's not good. And Josh Naylor hits a 3-run shot. I thought Joe Lamp had a chance to get that at the wall, but I guess not. Gets that one though. So Dodgers take the lead 3-1. Herrera's bad luck continues. Clean fourth though, and we got runners on with Dominguez up. And he hits it softly to third. And they get Tovar at second. And Goodman grounds out to first to end the inning. Hunter Goodman's left on base numbers might be atrocious right now. Let's just take a look. Goodman, he has left 7 men on base. Not great, but a clean 5th from Herrera. And a clean 6. I think that'll be it for him. Look at all that. Our bullpen is ice cold right now. It's fine. All right, nothing in the 7th. An okay day from Herrera. 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, pair walks, 5 Ks. We'll bring Jose Fleury on for the 7th. Oh boy. Jack Swinski is on second, and Hai-Sung Kim gets it down in the outfield. Swinski is at third. We need a strikeout or an infield pop-up. Well, not great. As the Dodgers add another run. I'm going to get Vodnik warming. All right. Harrison Bader grounds into a double play. But the Dodgers get an extra run for insurance. Tovar and Goodman are aboard for Bregman, who strikes out swinging. See what Joe Lamp can get us. Soft grounder to short. He could beat it out. Oh, but they go to second. The animation made it look like he was safe, is all I'm saying. All right, Vodnik will come in for the 8th inning. Clean from him. Let's see if we can have a little miracle here in the top of the 9th. There we go. Gazdar gets aboard with a leadoff single. Just in case we tie it up or take the lead, we'll get Munoz going. Cole Carrig swings on the 3-1 pitch, and it goes right back to Abreu. Yankiel gets it through. Tying run is now at home plate. Charlie Condon, always a home run threat, strikes out swinging. And that brings us to Ezekiel Tovar. Wild pitch. Puts both of them in scoring position. A line drive will score both men. But nothing doing. Tovar strikes out to end the inning. That's a game we should have won. I mean, Dominguez left 5 runners on. Goodman left 7. Not great. Man. All right. Well, we lost all 4 games against the Dodgers in quite depressing fashion, thus bringing our record to 51-43 and surrendering the division lead. So, we're going to sim game 1 of the Athletics series and play game 2. We win game 1 7-3. Very nice. Cole Carrick with 3 hits. Yankiel gets a homer. Not too shabby. Gabriel Hughes does okay. Vodnik gets the hold. I'll take that. And we have signings. Ricardo Magana has signed. Let me get the 2029 draft shortlist going. Let me add him to it. Let me see if anything changes if I move him to second base. Nope. All right. Ricardo has signed Ryan Garcia, our 4th round pick. Has also signed. And then I am going to pull him back from his draft league position. Randomly, what are his ratings in California League? I mean, I'm going to put him at Fresno and check back in like a week. So, all right, game 2 against the Athletics. We have Sandy Ozuna on the mound for us today, getting his 3rd start of his career. All right, so Tucker Tillman is going to take first in place of Condon. That means I need a DH. So we're going to have actually Hunter Goodman DH. Dario can bat 9th. All right, so Condon and Yankiel are getting the day off. All right, let's see what we got. Joe Lamp is at second for Hao-Yu Lee. The Athletics have fully made their move to Vegas at this point. I believe this is the 2nd year in the save. They've been at Vegas. Does not look like a great stadium, if I do say. It's also at this really weird, like, off-center angle that I don't like, but it is what it is. There we go. Sandy gets out of trouble in the 1st. Hunter Goodman leadoff double. And Tucker Tillman flies out to center. Yeah, Esther Ruiz still on the Athletics. Brent Rooker is still on the Athletics also. Good for him. Tovar sac fly to move Goodman. And Brent Rooker at this point, 34 years old. He's got 2 years left on his contract. He has not been great in the past couple seasons. This year he's doing better. 2028. Not his year, must be said. Dario strikes out to end that. All right. Clean second. Cole Carrick is aboard now. One of these days we're going to score one of the runners. And that day might just be today, as Joe Lamp gets it in the outfield to score Carrick. Very nice from Joe Lamp. Hao-Yu Lee flies out. Another flyout. Man, Carlos Rodon is just getting us in the air every time. Down goes Jason. But you know what? We've taken the lead. We have surrendered the lead. It's now 1-0. All right, clean fourth. Two runners on for Hao Yu Lee. Hits it deep up to left center. Gone! 3-run shot for the second baseman. 391 feet, his 14th homer of the year. 4-1 lead. Dominguez goes down to end that. But we got a decent lead. Ozuna clean through 5. He's at 78 pitches. I am going to get Herrera warming up. Nick Kurtz is walked. Not great. Let's see. Kurtz in this game, they called up in 2026. He's done pretty well since then. Oh, boy. And he walked Ethan Frey on 4 pitches. All right. That's it for Ozuna. Herrera will come in to face Max Muncy. And Muncy gets it down in the outfield. No runners score, but bases are loaded for Christopher Suero, who hits it sharply to Bregman, who goes for home for 1, back to first. They don't get Suero. They do get the force out at home. Here's Dante Nori, a balk. Man, a balk. What are we doing, lads? There we go. Strikeout of Nori there is huge. Aiden Miller hits it deep to center field, and that ball is gone. 3-run shot. Herrera almost got out of the jam. Man. Well, Ozuna had a good stat line. Yeah. All right, we'll get Luis Castellum warming. Brent Rooker goes down swinging, but the Athletics take the lead. Herrera getting blown up is not great. But here's Bregman with 2 runners in scoring position, and it's through. That'll score 1. The throw in, not in time. The lead is ours. Jason Dominguez gets it through. That'll score Bregman. Very nice. Jose Leclerc gives up sac fly if Dominguez was bold. Tucker Toman strikes out swinging. And Tovar gets it through, though. Dominguez is in third. We have a chance for more. Come on, Dario. Yeah. So, sharp grounder to short ends that. But we do get 3 runs, and now the lead as Luis comes in for the 7th. Clean inning from him. Thank you, sir. Here's Bregman. Pops it out. So Hao Yu Lee is going to get stranded. All right. I am going to get Munoz warming. If there's trouble, there is immediate trouble. Okay, I lied. Munoz, sit down. Gage Wood, warm up. Let's see if we can get Suero here. Uh-oh. Zach Geloff, pinch runner. He's still on the Athletics in this universe. Crazy. All right, I'm going to bring in Gage Wood to face Dante Nori. And Dante hits into the double play. Gage Wood gets out of it. Very nice, sir. And we'll get Munoz ready for the ninth. Ooh, Hunter Goodman is aboard. Here's Tucker Tolman. Hits it up to center, but that's going to be grabbed. Yeah, I don't think Tucker is quite ready for the majors yet. Tovar grounds out to end that. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth. 2-run lead. Andres Munoz to get the save. And 2 runners are aboard, and Astur Ruiz is at the plate. Gets him looking. Nick Kurtz, is he going to ruin my day? He walked him. Zach Geloff, you can get Zach Geloff. Hit to Tovar, throw to Hao-Yu Lee. That'll do it. We take game 2, 7-5. I feel bad for Ozuna. He had a really good start, and then Herrera came in and just sucked. But Hunter Goodman, 3 hits. Hao-Yu Lee, 3 hits. Tolman has cooled off mightily since his hot start. All right, All-Star final voting results. Hunter Goodman comes in second for catcher. Condon second for first. Oh, wow, both Hao-Yu Lee and Bregman dropped. That's rough. Ezekiel Tovar second for shortstop. No outfielders, no DH, no pitchers. So for your rosters, we have Hunter Goodman there. Charlie Condon does not make it. Tovar does. Oh, Bregman made it. Am I blind? No, it wasn't on the list, so he got in anyway. Nice. And I believe I saw Griffin Jacks made it as a reliever. Yeah, him getting shelled against the Diamondbacks really hurt his numbers. But that is what it is. Okay, we are going to sim the finale of the Athletic Series, which we lose 4-5 as Luis De Leon gets popped. Vodnik gives up a run, and that's that. All right. Let me advance through the All-Star break. Home run, Wyatt Langford takes it. Wow. I didn't notice how good of a season he had in 2028. 128 runs, 195 hits, 10 triples, almost 50 homers, 137 RBIs. Led the 331, 399. Jeez. Almost worth 10 WAR. That is insane. Yep, and they signed him to a contract right then and there. He's making $27.8 million this year and then $40 million for 7 years after that. Yee. And the Tigers took Max Clark. I kid. All right, Jonathan Jameson has signed. Let me, first things first, move him to, let's just say, left field, because I don't think center field is in his future. Dana Fink has signed. Very good. So that means I'm still waiting on Brian Sinclair, the catcher, and Danny Reedy, the high school outfielder. Javade Gill, we already know we're not getting. All right, let's sim the All-Star game. Ah, National League takes it, which we like. Hunter Goodman pinch hit, and he got out. Tovar. Yeah, it was just a defensive substitute. Bregman pinch hit, and he got an RBI. Overall, pretty good. How did Griffin Jacks do on the back end? Oh, he gave up a run. One hit, one earned run, 1K. Yeah. Gave up a solo shot. The only National League pitcher to give up a run. Oh, Griffin. Oh, buddy. All right, Brian Sinclair has signed. So he is now here. Where's he rate if I put him in single A? He might do fine in single. I definitely don't want him to be in this draft league because they just didn't play him for 2 weeks. So I'm going to hesitantly move him to single A and see how he does. He might be terrible, but that's okay. That is what it is. All right, some young guys are retiring from rookie ball. All right, and now we have the Cubs. All right, Luis De Leon had the last start. So, yeah, Chase Burns is going to get us started here against the Cubs. And Justin Steele. And Sean Bouchard, our former outfielder, still going strong for the Cubs, I say, as he's worth negative WAR. I think I'm going to chill out on Tucker Toman being DH. I think I'm going to have Hunter Goodman DH. Dario is going to get the start here. I think as we get through July, I think I want Dario to get more at bats than Tucker. Because realistically, Tucker, I mean, regardless of what happens at the trade deadline, he's going to get sent down soon. All right, Chase, get us started. And already 2 runners on and an error from Bregman. Neat. PCA grounds into a double play. The animation did PCA dirty there. He definitely looked safe. But that is what it is. Valdez lines out. That'll do. That's a good way to get out of the jam. Nothing for us in the first. Jason Dominguez is aboard, though. I have given thought to moving Dominguez down in the order and sort of moving Bregman back up. I'll have to look at their splits for where they're at in the lineup. As Bregman gets it down, Dominguez scores. The lead is ours. Tovar flies out to end that, but let the record show. Winning. Oh boy. You know what, Chase? I believe in you. There we go. No runners scored. Cole Carrig is at second. Yankiel flies out to center. I think Yankiel batting second is not working the way I wanted to. How you Lee, though, hits it up to right and gone. Sorry, Sean. 15th homer for How You Lee. 388 feet. That'll play. Charlie Condon gets aboard with a line drive. We're not done. Maybe we are. As Jason Dominguez strikes out swinging. Oh, Valdez with a 2-run shot. Oh, it's getting worse. They're getting to Chase here. He gets Pablo swinging. Can he get Hamilton? No. Hamilton gets it down and left. That will score the tying run. Decent throw, though, to be fair, from Carrig. But now Matt Shaw is up with 2 runners on, and he hits it up to left. That'll be caught. And the Cubs will roar back, get 3 runs of their own. A solo shot from Hunter Goodman. That'll play. Oh, Chase. Yeah, Griffin is fatigued because he played in the All-Star game. I should have reset fatigue so that none of the guys got impacted from that. We're going to get Zerpa warming up. I highly doubt Chase will get out of this inning, seeing as he just walked Valdez. Feel like he definitely won't. struck out Riley Green, though that is not the most difficult thing to do. Hey, Say, are you better or worse against lefties this year? You are better. All right, so Burns will stay in to face Seiya. Gets him looking. Ian Happ, same question. You are worse against lefties, so that'll do it for Chase Burns. Not a good start from him. Let's hope Zerpa can get Ian Happ here. Hits it softly to the catcher. Goodman's throw, or excuse me, Dario's throw gets him. That'll do. All right. Tie ball game once again. Nothing for us in the fifth. Clean 6 from Zerpa. Good. We really need that. Ooh, Condon and Dominguez are aboard. Come on, Hunter. I believe in you. Struck out looking. There we go. Bregman gets it into left field. Run! Run, Condon. Oh, that was an ambitious man. All right, Condon is safe. We take the lead. Tovar grounding into a fielder's choice. I mean, it gets Dominguez closer, but now there's 2 outs. Dario gets it down in left field. That scores Dominguez. Tovar to third. Look at Dario. Look at our boy. Pair grounds out to end that, but we get 2 runs, and the lead is back. All right, we're going to sit Zerpa down. Really good work from him. And then I'm going to get Gage Wood warming up. Let's see if Fidel can get the 7th. Not looking great. 2 runners are aboard. Riley Green is up, and he walked Riley on 4 pitches. Okay. So that's Fidel sitting down. Gage Wood, good luck, buddy. Infield pop up to get Seiya. That'll do. Don't break my heart, Ian Happ. Oh, he does. Gets it down into left. That will score 1. The throw, not going to get there. Tie ball game. All right, here's Pablo Aliendo. Strikes out swinging. Cubs probably should have gotten more there, but they get 2 to tie it up. Lee is aboard. Condon gets it through. Lee is pretty quick. He's going to go for home. The throw. Oh, that was too close for comfort. The lead is back in our hands. And Jason Dominguez hits it out of here to deep center. 2 more runs for us. 3-run lead. I am going to pinch hit here. We have Tucker Toman hit for Hunter against the lefty. Nothing doing. Tucker strikes out looking. Bregman flies out to center. That is also the underlying issue with Nolan Shanuel being out, is he is our lefty killer, especially at DH. So losing him does hurt that a bit. I'm going to get Munoz warming up, but Gage Wood, give me the inning. There we go. Very good from him. All right, nothing for us in the 8th. Munoz will come in. 3-run lead. Clean. We beat the Cubs 9-6. Lee, Hunter Goodman, Dominguez, all homers. I think, yeah, they got to Chase Burns quite a bit. Fidel got popped. But that is what it is. We get the win. I'm going to sim game 2 of the series. We win it. I saw an injury pop up. I think it was Wellington. Dominguez with 2 homers. He heard me say I was going to drop him in the batting order and took it personally. He has hit 3 home runs and 5 hits in the past 2 games. Okay, Jason, you can stay at your spot. It's okay. Oh, that's funny. That is a good one. Yeah, they got to Herrera a bit. Looks like Wellington is hurt for 4 days. Gastelum, 2 2/3 with 4 Ks. I have had such good success with my Rule 5 pickups in this save. Granted, I'm like 2 for 2, but still, that counts for something. And Danny Reedy has signed. So, similarly to Jameson, I'm going to move him to, let's just say, right field. There. All right, it's the 22nd. Who's up next? Gabriel? Yeah. All right, I'll sim the season finale against the Cubbies. We win it 8-1. Very nice, comrades. Hunter Goodman with a home run. Tucker Toman, 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Jose Fleury gets the save because the AI pitched him 3 1/3 inning. So far with Jose, as a starter, his ERA was a 6.44. He gave up 93 hits and 57 runs in about 80 innings. As a reliever, he's pitched 10 innings, given up 4 hits, 2 earned runs. I think long relief is the solution for Jose. That does mean we now have a starter spot kind of open, but I can live with that, I think. Jason Minguez gets player of the week. 12 at bats. He gets 5 hits, 3 homers, 7 RBIs, and 6 runs. That'll do. And that's with going 0 for 4 at the end of the week. All right, Jay Jameson is back. I mean, the easiest switch is just send Fidel back down to AAA. I have a fear that his control is even worse than a 45 because he's walking, 4.5 guys per 9 in the minors, and he walked 7.5 in the majors. So that could be a problem. All right, Jay Jameson is back. He is going to be our third setup man alongside Vodnik and Wood. And Jameson wasn't doing great when he hit the IL. So here's hoping he can recover some of that. All right, so Ozuna is up. If I don't make a trade for a starting pitcher, Ozuna is going to have 2 starts before the trade deadline. That's going to be 5 starts total. Might be a good enough window. We'll see. All right, I'm going to sit Tucker here. Hunter Goodman to DH. Dario to catch. Yankeel's fitness is good. How's Bregman's fitness? He's fine. All right, let's rock. Sandy Ozuna on the mound against the Angels. Mike Trout still going strong, 37 years young. Is he going to play out his entire contract? I hope so. He has not completed 100 games played in the save. He's worth 2.7 more, to be fair, right now. Good on him. Good on him. Clean first and second. Nothing's happening in this game as Dominguez gets aboard. All right. Goodman advances Dominguez. All right, Bregman, I'm going to need a nice line drive to right, please. Or a line drive to center. That works too. Dominguez scores. We have the lead. They hit Tovar, which is a bit rude. Hit for the 4th. His right knee. Ooh, he can remain in the game. It's a bit ominous. Here's Dario, hits it straight up in the air. That's going to be an infield fly. So we get 1 run, but that will be that. There we go. Angels threaten. They don't score. Dominguez, our only hope on offense right now. Ozuna on 75 pitches through 6 innings. He's still going. Meanwhile, our offense has also gone completely cold. Howie Yuli heard me and took that personally and gets a leadoff double. That'll play. I'll take that. Now, the problem that we often run into, bringing the guy who gets a leadoff hit home. Charlie Condon flies out to right. Howie Yuli does not try to go to third there. Dominguez gets him there with a sacrifice fielder's choice, as I call it. Goodman strikes out. That is genuinely, I think, our #1 problem on offense. It's just how many leadoff runners, how many guys on base do we just leave there? Okay, I'm going to warm up Griffin Jacks. And Ozuna clean through 7. How many pitches? 91. Nah, I should pull him. I'm debating in my head letting them try to go for it, but I don't think I will. Carrig lines out. Yankiel strikes out. No insurance runs will be had. I think, in all honesty, if I had more runs, I think I would. But I'm going to call it here. Ozuna, 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 Ks, 0 walks. Here's Griffin for the 8th. Clean. We'll get Munoz ready for the 9th. But the chance for insurance runs beckons. Runners at the corners. Hunter Goodman strikes out swinging. What else is new? All right, Bregman, you got this. He hits it up and it gets down in center field. 1 run will score. To third goes Dominguez. That'll play. That'll play nicely. All right, Tovar. Infield pop-up. So we get 1 insurance run. 2-0 ball game. We will turn it over to Munoz, who works it clean. What a start. Sandy Ozuna. 7 innings, 2 hits, 8 Ks. Very nice. And that's a really good sign for his control also, that he didn't walk anyone. Very nice. Bregman with 3 hits, Dominguez with 2. But other than that, very cold offensive day. Very nice. What a nice outing from him. I mean, hey, if Sandy Ozuna can be our 5th starter down the stretch, that would make my life so much easier. All right. I think 9 bullpen arms still is a bit much, just with regards to how often like all these guys were used. Like if we didn't have Zerpa, for example, I think we'd still be okay. So I still might trade or just send down one of the bullpen guys. Might be Herrera, honestly, but Herrera just had like 2 back-to-back bad outings, and so that hurt him a bit. All right, let's play game 2 of the Angels series, then I'll sim the finale. How's Dario done? I think I'll give Tucker Toman the... Actually, let's give Condon... I don't want to give Condon a day off. What am I saying? I will give Tovar a day off, and I'm going to have Gazdar take short and bat in 9th. Because Gazdar, I don't think he's had a... Yeah, he hasn't had a start since the 15th, so... Let's get him up there and going. We got Luis De Leon on the mound against the Angels. Clean first. Condon and How You Lee both aboard. Mr. Dominguez, if you would. Soft grounder to short. No, they got him. Down goes Dominguez. Oh boy. You know what? I have faith in you, Luis. There we go. No runs scored. Bregman and Gazdar are aboard for Kolkarig. My friend, my good man, lined out. Nothing. And again, and with Luis on the mound, we really need some run support. Goodman, Bregman are aboard. Come on, Tucker. Tucker hits it up to left. That's going to be caught. Gazdar hits it to left. Okay, guys, you don't all need to hit it to the same guy. Carrig hits it deep to center field. Gone. 3-run shot from the leadoff man. 409 feet. That'll do. I still think I'm not Yankee. That ball went over the railing. Am I the only one that saw that ball clearly bounce off of an invisible wall? I think Yankees has the right to object to that. That's how he at least strikes out. I think I'm still not sold on Cole Carrig batting leadoff from an on-base perspective. He's only at about 310. His slugging is also a lot worse than last year. So that could always be subject to change, but you never know. Luis, don't break my heart. We just got runs. Oh, boy. Well, good thing we got those runs as Luis gives up a 2-run shot. I think Luis may surrender his opening day starter status next season. Why? Why did I pitch Luis in the 6th? That's when he implodes. Get Martinez. Good man. Do I want him to face Mr. Pinch Hitter? You better. That is a nut. Why would the Cubs waive this guy? It doesn't even look like he was out of option years. He'd only been called up for the majors twice. He didn't do great in 2027. 2028, he does okay. Why would they wait? You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. But he looks pretty good. 80 avoid K. Solid. He is about the exact same righty against lefty. He does strike out more against righties, though. I think I'm going to bring Jameson in to face him. Grounder to Gazdar, who gets him at second. All right. Not the best Luis De Leon outing. There we go. Toman and Bregman are aboard. Gazdar walks. Bases loaded for Cole Carrig, who already has 1 home run today. Make it 2, sir. Line drive to center. We take those. Bregman scores. Tucker Toman barely makes it home with his 25 speed. It's kind of funny. Yankiel gets it down and right. The runners just couldn't tell and stopped mid-run, which that probably stops Gazdar from getting home. Oh, that's the worst place to hit it to is how Yuli hits into a force out at home. Come on, Condon, don't strike out. I mean, he popped it up to the infield, so I guess at least he hit the baseball. And Dominguez gets through because DeBarge does not make the throw, which is a great name. We are now up 6-2. Hunter Goodman, grand slam, please. He does not. Grounds out to second. All right, 3 runs. Pretty good. Our offense has done nice. 14 hits also. Dre, come on. You have a 4-run lead. Get through the inning. Gets Villar, fly out. Can he get Brock Jones, defensive superstar? No, he cannot. As Brock beats the infield hit. All right. Who do I want? I want Gage. Jabbar with the line drive. That'll score one. Horrendous throw from Yankeel, though. All right, Dre. Get Yamin. He does not. Yamin gets it down in center field. That will score both base runners. Dre, I'm going to be honest. You asked me for a contract extension, and this is how you repay me. We'll bring Gage Wood in. See if he can get Trout. A 3-run homer from Trout would be the storybook moment here. And he hits it up to left, but not far enough. Well, this game has suddenly gotten closer than I would like. Gazdar is aboard. Cole Carrick hits it deep to right field and gone. A 2-home run day for Cole Carrick. The lead is back up to 4. I'm going to pinch hit here because that throw from Yankiel Fernandez annoyed me. So Joe Lamp is going to take right field going forward. He lines out to right, but that is okay. Joe Lamp can take right. All right, Gage, give me the 8th. Hit hard to Howe. Got it. All right. I am not going to have Munoz pitch with the 4-run lead. Instead, let's give it to Vodnik. Nothing doing for us in the 8th. All right, Vodnik for the 9th. Clean inning. We win 8-4. Cole Carrick, obviously, 3 hits, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. That's insane. Bregman had a good day with 3 hits. Gazdar with a pair of hits. I think Gazdar is never going to get consistent at bats. But he's hitting the ball decently well. 822 OPS. The slugging is almost entirely being held up by his doubles. He only has 3 homers. But Luis De Leon did okay. Jameson got popped again, which it is his first appearance back from the IL. But still. All right. Let me sim the finale against the Angels. We win 7-5. The bottom of the order. Bregman with a homer. Tovar with a pair of hits. Levert gets 2. Toman gets 2. Look at the bottom of the order go. Good on them. Chase Burns got rocked for 5, though. He has not had many great starts recently. Like, of his last 10, June 1st was good. June 7th was okay. June 12th was good. And then July 11th. That's been it. He's gotten rocked in July so far. But it's fine. It's fine. Drew Romo, obviously our former catcher, not doing great for them, but still better than he ever did with us. Okay, so we have a day off. Let's take stock for a moment with regards to the trade deadline in a few days. So, upcoming free agents. Stephen Kwan's money is off our books. Romeo, Will Klein, Criswell, Jax, Chivilli, Burke, Jameson. Realistically, the only 2 that have a chance of staying would be Chivilli or Jameson. But with Chivilli, I mean, he really hasn't been part of the bullpen for a while. He's struggling in AAA right now. So I think Chivilli's going to walk. Romeo, I have actively tried to trade for like 3 years now, and just no one really wants him. He's doing well in AAA. Would anyone want to take a shot on Romeo Sanabria? No. The answer to my question is no. Okay. Has Will Klein's rating gone up since he's been the closer in AAA for a bit? He's not the closer. Oh, he was last year. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, I think Griffin Jacks, I probably shouldn't bring back. He's going to be 35 next year. His velocity dropped prior to last season. His movement dropped prior to this season. I think everything is shouting at me that this is going to be like the last great year from Griffin. But I still don't want to trade him because he's been one of, if not our best relievers, and we're going to need that down the stretch. Dre Jameson, however, I think I could listen to. I think the thing that sucks with Dre is just he's had a really bad July. 4 innings, he's given up 5 runs and 8 hits. So that skewed his numbers quite a bit. Equally, though, we're definitely not going to re-sign him. Because, I mean, his velocity dropped last season, his control dropped. Would anyone be interested in Mr. Jameson? Not for prospects. What about for literally anyone in the entire sport? Yes. 38-year-old Nick Martinez still going strong. Ignore the trade with Colorado. That was when I famously misclicked and accepted a trade instead of declining it. Then I had to mode my way back into that. I mean, yeah, really no one moves a needle. Like at this point, with regards to the deadline, I think going down to an 8-man bullpen makes sense instead of 9. I think upgrading like backup infield would be good. But the problem is there's not really that many great options for that. We could take a flyer on an overpay on JP Crawford for the year. Like if I really wanted to go that route. But that's also an insane amount of money to take on. So I don't love that idea. Yeah, I mean everyone is just expensive salaries. Trying to get rid of them. Alex Verdugo, still going strong in AAA. Alec Baum, were he not making 13 million, would honestly be tempting, but he has had a terrible year with the Phillies this year. Only 5 homers, sub 300 on base percentage. Never mind. For a moment, I thought, is that Gleyber Torres at right field? What is the AI doing? I'm not going to question it. How does Jeremy Pena compare to Gazdar? Pena's a better BABIP, but Gazdar better eye, better avoid K. I prefer Gazdar against lefties. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think we're really going to find the answer trying to trade Jameson for something. Anyone fun on the waiver wire while I'm just looking? I respect this guy for trying the screwball. Why would they waive him? He's gotten 21 starts. His whip is a 1.1. His BABIP was a 2. Why would you waive him? I'm not going to question it. Maybe I should, though. No. Mm, yeah, none of these. Let me go to the trade block really quick. So if I wanted to find an infielder on the trade block, what are my options? Oh, it's grim. It is grim. I mean, Nick Gonzalez would be, whoops. Yeah, Nick Gonzalez would be like the best option available, and he's making 9 million. So I mean, he's not doing great with the Padres either. But I mean, if I wanted an upgrade to the defensive infield, like, or the backup infield, I should say, that's it. But equally, Gonzalez has played almost every day for the Padres. He would not start for me. He has done great against lefties, though. Hold on now. That might change the calculus a little bit because against lefties, I mean, we're doing better this year, but we're still not doing great. Tovar has not done great against lefties from on base. He has slugged against them really well, though. So we could bring in Nick Gonzalez to face lefties at short. Now, I know that said, he has 18 errors with a negative 15 zone rating. Oh, no. He could also DH. When does Nolan Shanuel get back? 3 weeks. So Nick Gonzalez would essentially be a DH for 3 weeks and then face lefties at shortstop. I don't hate that. What would they want? Well, I think of this list, the only two players that really make sense are Spencer Browning or Gregory Sanchez. Spencer Browning was a fourth round draft pick in 2026. He is currently crushing high A. Realistically, should he be in double A? I know I'm doing this even though I'm about to potentially trade the man, but yeah, he should probably be in double A. I think I like Spencer defensively. He's got some speed. He's not going to project out to be a great bat, but I don't, like him enough to say no to this whole idea. Jose Fleury, I think I want to try more at long relief before trading him. And so that leaves me with Gregory Sanchez, who is in all likelihood going to be a long reliever down the stretch. And we have a lot. Hold on. What league is my double A? Eastern. That's right. I couldn't think of it for a moment. Yeah, I honestly think this trade is fine. Giving up Sanchez. Where's Sanchez ranked in my prospects? 14th. Spencer Browning is 21st for the record. But I think I would rather keep Spencer Browning and see how he develops. Gregory Sanchez, I think, will become a very good long reliever. But, or Gilberto Sanchez, I should say. Here's a question. Will they retain any of Gonzalez's money? Well, this is a question of where do I take advantage of a very stupid AI that is going to trade me Nick Gonzalez for free? This feels a bit silly. But nothing wrong with a bit of silly. Let's do the trade. New leadership of Nick Gonzalez. Ooh. Ah, he's a captain. Even better. Even better. Okay, so Nick Gonzalez has arrived. I think that now makes Tucker Toman effectively irrelevant. and he's not really going to get at bats. He would be a backup first baseman. Like that would be his only role for us would be backup first base to spell Charlie Condon, and I don't quite think that's worth it. But if I'm already going down to 8 relievers, I can honestly do it. I think I just need to find an easy out here, but I don't think I'm going to. I could send Herrera down. I'm gonna wave in DPA Trey Jameson. I think that's the move. And then we're gonna drop to 8 relievers, down from 9. Nick Gonzalez is gonna arrive. Now, with regards to lineup configuration, let me make sure Tovar is still doing better batting 8th than he was 9th. Yep, very much so. So honestly, Nick Gonzalez is going to bat 9th, which I understand is pretty unfair. How's he been doing at second? Okay, only coming off the bench. That's lovely. Yeah, so I think Nick Gonzalez is going to DH for us for literally 3 weeks. And then when let me do this. When Nolan Shanuel comes back, I will have a roster crunch that I'll need to figure out. But until then, that's how we're looking. Against lefties, though, I think this is where I might change it up. Because Tovar, his slugging against lefties is a 513, but his on base percentage is a 263, which is pretty bad. But if Tucker Tillman should not DH against lefties, and realistically, like Dario Gazdar, I mean, Dario gets on base against lefties. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So Tovar and Tillman drop. Nick Gonzalez is going to take short, and he's going to bat 8th. Dario is going to bat 9th at catcher. Hunter Goodman will DH. I think that'll also give me a defensive upgrade at catcher, which isn't nothing. And then Tovar obviously can be backup shortstop against lefties. Dominguez backup righty, and then Tovar will be backup DH and pinch hitter against lefties. So I think Tovar is going to lose some at bats here down the stretch against lefties, but I think that's okay. Oh, Mason lights out. Okay, let me save. So as far as priorities, we have upgraded our offense while Nolan Shanuel is out, and then when Shanuel comes back, we will have supremely upgraded our utility infield options by bringing in Gonzalez. So like that's a plus. I think rotation, I'm waiting to do anything until we get a next start from Ozuna, because I'm not, against sending him down. I'm also not against acquiring someone. I do want to make sure. Gregory Sanchez, were you in my prospect list? No. Okay. Yeah, I think Gregory Sanchez can turn to a good long reliever, but Nick Gonzalez is going to help us a lot with that. This is also essentially a rental. I don't really have a role for Nick Gonzalez next year because obviously Howie leaves at second, Ezekiel Tovar is at short, and then the currently injured Nolan Shanuel is going to be our DH. So, yeah, I could always pay him. I mean, how much does he want for an extension? That's too much. We'll see. Never say never. And then Dre Jameson gets sent down, which, might be a little unfair to him, but I think at this point, I would rather give guys like Wellington Herrera and Jose Fleury the at bats, the reps. All right, so we have a Milwaukee series here. I think I will sim game one and then play games two and three. We lose 1-0. Nick Gonzalez in his debut. No hits and a walk. Dang. Oh, Gage Wood again. Man, he was just starting to do well. Why you gotta do that to us? All right, let's play game two though with Gabriel Hughes on the mound. We're going up against a lefty, so Nick Gonzalez will take short. What do you mean Condon's hurt? Bruised shoulder, 4 days. Influences throwing. Tucker Toman, first base. Bregman's going to bat third. Gonzalez will bat seventh. So he's going to play short for us. I'm also going to give Cole Carrig the day off. Dominguez can take left. Joe Lamp will lead off, take center field. Look at that. 3, 4, 5 hitters, all hot. We got this. Joe Lamp, take us away. And he gets an infield pop up. Fair enough. Anything else in the first inning? Whoops. Clicked on Milwaukee substitutions. Thanks. Oh, no. Gabriel, I believe in you. Ah, they both scored. All right. Oh, no. Oh, Gabriel. 6 earned runs, huh? I mean, he's getting out of this. I believe in you, Gabriel. It can't possibly go worse. Cool. Struck out Bryce. Well, this game escalated very quickly. We're just going to have to put on an offensive masterclass. Oh my God, Gabriel. Strike out Sal Frelick. He gets him to line out. All right. That'll be it for Gabriel. 3 innings, 6 earned runs. Not great. Good thing my bullpen is pretty healthy stamina wise. Jose Fleury, I'm going to need like 2 innings. There's one. Oh boy. You got this, buddy. A wild pitch. Maybe he doesn't. But also, we're already down by 6 runs. I kind of just want Jose to eat this. And he walked, the bases loaded. Oh boy. And he walked another. Jose, I just DFA'd Dre Jameson so that you could keep pitching. And this is how you reward me? A strikeout of Sal Frelick is nice. Jackson Churio, better or worse against lefties? You are worse against lefties, but you're still good, so get him, Jose. Soft grounder to the catcher who races back to home. I don't know if I've seen the catcher do that before. All right, Herrera, take over against Contreras. Hit to Bregman, and he doesn't throw it. Oh, buddy. 8-0 now. Vlad Guerrero Jr. hits it to the center. Everyone say a moment for Jose Fleury's ERA. They get Contreras at third, but ouch. So after I just complimented how Jose Fleury was doing in long relief, he gives up 4 earned runs, 3 walks. Well, this game is a punt. Herrera gets me a clean 6, though. Thank you, sir. Still nothing from our offense. All right, Griffin Jacks finished the inning. Man, there we go. Tucker Tillman, runners at the corners, hits it up and fly out to center. Yeah, I think just in terms of score differential, this is the worst game we've had in a while. But Yanquiel Fernandez has a chance to no longer make it a shutout. And he lines out. How Yuli walks. The bases are loaded. Prepare yourselves, everyone. We're about to have a rally for the ages. Never mind, Bregman struck out. Dominguez last out. He hits it deep to right field. God, we're on the board. We have cut the lead to 7. But a grand slam from Jason Dominguez. Very nice, sir. Hunter Goodman lines out to left. There we go. But we lose 11-4. I mean, that was just painful. Like, no way around that. Gabriel Hughes got destroyed. Jose Fleury has only himself to blame. Nick Gonzalez, though, 2 hits. So, that's a plus. All right, let's play the finale with Sandy Ozuna on the mound. Condon still has the bruised shoulder. I'm going to have Condon. Yeah, I'm going to have Condon DH. And then Tucker Tillman is going to take first. I think that's going to be our move. Everything else is as is. So Gonzalez is going to sit. Casey Mize on the mound. Not the cleanest, but Sandy got through the first. Hunter Goodman back up the middle. Immediately grab. Here's Bregman. And line out to center. We threaten. We do not score. Brewers get 2 runs on the board in the third. But Yanquiel is aboard. Come on, How You Lee. And he hits it to left, but that's going to be caught. I had high hope for that ball when I saw Jackson Chourio move back. Condon strikes out swinging. As does Jason Dominguez. Runner on second with no outs. Can't score him. Uh-oh. Jefferson Cuero with a chance to ruin the start from Ozuna. Hits it to Howe, who throws it to Tillman, and we're good. I wasn't worried at all. Oh, an error from the Brewers, and we have a run. Tovar is aboard. Oh, Tucker. Hoferg strikes out. Well, we get 1 run back. Ozuna's at 70 pitches, clean through 5. He's at 83. Oh no, another error from the Brewers. As Condon flies out to left. I think next time it comes to Condon in the batting order, I might pinch hit for him. Dominguez goes down. Bam. All right, let's warm up Luis. Solo shot, but he gets through the rest, so Not terrible. Start from Ozuna. Zerpa. Do I want Zerpa here? You know what? Sure, I'll go with Zerpa over Luis. That can't possibly backfire. Behold, Jefferson Cuero is aboard. There we go. They get Wilkin. Can they get Mr. Jackson? Nope. He gets it down. That will score a run. That's what I get for trusting the game. Oh, never mind. Jefferson Cuero is a coward. Here's Vlad. Rifles it to third. Throw. Gets the runner at second. All right. Nothing from our offense in the eighth. Luis shuts him down. Here we go. Down to our last outs. Jose Alvarado, the closer for the Brewers, gets how you lead to fly out. I'm going to pinch hit here for Condon. Nick Gonzalez is going to take it. Because right now I need base runners, not necessarily a solo shot. Oh no, Gonzalez is aboard off the error. Oh no. Jason, against lefties, who's better, you or Lamb? Definitely you. Hits it right to shortstop into the double play. We lose the finale against the Brewers. 1-3. Not a great start from Ozuna. The bat's also insanely quiet. We did not walk a single time. Not great. We swept the Cubs, we swept the Angels, and we get swept. Okay. So let's look at Ozuna. So Ozuna, right now, obviously he wouldn't be a starter in the playoffs. So really we're thinking, is it worth it to just give Ozuna 2 months more of starts down the stretch or bring in somebody else? Ozuna right now, 5 starts, 20 innings. So about 5.2 innings per 9. Whip of 1.3. Home runs 1.6 is a little high. 2.2 walks I can live with. He has not done well striking out guys. Hmm. Let us peruse the trade block for specifically starting pitchers. Oh my God, everyone's injured. Zach Wheeler, dead arm for a day. Corbin Burns, shoulder inflammation, 5-6 months. Clay Holmes, torn flexor tendon in his elbow, 6 months. Sean Manaea, torn rotator cuff, 9 to 10. Nick Martinez, injured, diagnosis pending. So it's not a great list at the top. In terms of overall, we're literally looking at like Brandon Fant, who's enjoyed a very good year with the Phillies. 21 starts, whip of 104, 3.4 WAR is nice. Will Warren also is doing okay for the Tigers. The benefit of getting someone like Will Warren is he is on arbitration, whereas Brandon Fant would be a free agent. How do they compare to each other? Brandon, much better control. Will Warren better against lefties. In terms of stuff, Warren has a cutter, Fant has the curveball. And then statistically this season, they've had the exact same amount of starts. So this is pretty comparable. Brandon Fant's ERA is about 2 points better. He has more innings, but I can't see how much because of how this screen is optimized. Will Warren has allowed more hits, more runs, more ERA, more more homers, more walks. Yeah, so Brandon Fant has clearly had the better year. But Brandon would definitely be a rental, whereas with Will Warren, there's a chance He'll get something afterwards. What would it take to get Brandon Pham? Well, that's a lot of names. I don't. Nick Gonzalez trades for him, immediately flips him. No, I'm not doing that. I mean, that's a lot of names I don't really want to give up. I mean, Jindra's essentially untouchable, I think. Ozuna, obviously, I'm not doing. Yeah, Nunez, no. If I wanted to trade Nunez, there were better opportunities to do it. Part of me wants to throw Nunez to single A and just see what happens. Let's do it. Worst case scenario, he gets shelled completely. Nah, I think, like, okay. So if we wanted Fant, and let's say it takes a package to do it. If I lead with, let's say, Mike Sanders, who we drafted in 2027, still in rookie ball, crushing rookie ball, to be fair, but he's nowhere near ready. Like, he would be below average in single A right now. Defensively, he's not great. Can have an okay bat. What would I need to add to that? The exact same list. That's 50. What about 55? Reed LePert. I wouldn't hate trading him. For one, I don't think he's ready for single A. What's he unhappy about? The team record and team chemistry. What is happening in single A? No, it would take those guys. Okay. That's not worth it, I don't think. If I want. Grant Herder is also available. He doesn't have the stuff for it, but he's got good control. I mean, he would be a long reliever. Like that's long reliever right there. Because his stuff would get a boost. That's not really what we need right now. Because I don't want Jose Fleury is not coming back to the rotation. That is not a variable in this. Sawyer Gibson Long going strong. Of course, the Tigers got rid of him. The Tigers' AI is always insane. All right, if I wanted Will Warren, what would it take? They do it for Jameson. They'd take Jameson. Can I trade a guy who's currently on waivers? Is that a rule? Is that a thing? And we get Warren. I think then the question is Will Warren like that much better than Ozuna? Which I don't think the answer is yes. Like Warren, I mean, he is better. Let's be frank. And the benefit of getting Will Warren is we'd get to decide whether to bring him back, and he'd be pretty cheap if we did, because he's making $3 million in arbitration now. So yeah, Dre Jameson. I mean, at this point, he's not going to be a part of our bullpen down the stretch anyway. So trading him is fine. Would they want to throw in a prospect? Just hypothetically, can we have Mr. Antonio Diaz while we're sitting here? No. Okay, that was a bit rich. What about Mr. Jose Aguilar? They'll do it? I mean, okay. This guy's a very fun looking bat. Oh, wait, they signed him internationally. How much? 530,000? Okay, that's fine. If it was like 2 million or something, I'd balk. Yeah, I think we do the deal. I think we do the deal. At that point, Dre Jameson got injured, didn't have a great July. We'll send him to the Tigers, see what he can do there. In exchange, we get Will Warren, who is very simply, honestly, hold on. Nah, Herrera should stay there. Yeah, so we're gonna send Azuna down to AAA to I hope probably finish out the year there. I think I like Ozuna. I think he's just a touch not ready. And Will Warren gets us a solid stabilizing factor where we can just very simply pitch him for 2 months, move him to long relief in the playoffs, and let him walk. Like, that may just be the easiest calculus. I like it. Like it a lot. And that also gives us a lot better pitching depth if, knock on wood, Luis or Gabriel Hughes gets hurt. Yeah, Will Warren. Oh yeah, the prospects. And we also got Jose Aguilar, this about to be 18-year-old, who is a pretty good defensive outfielder already. Not too shabby. Let's continue. They moved you to Lakeland. Let's bring you to Fresno, my friend. All right, I think that might be it for us in terms of trades. I think the lineup is set, barring any injuries in the next 3 days. In terms of upcoming free agents, Romeo's walking, Sean Burkett's walking, Griffin Jacks is walking, Gonzalez TBD, Chivili is walking, Klein, Criswell, Stephen Kwan off the books. Would anyone want Will Klein? Just for literally the worst prospect. No. Okay. And yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Unless we get offers from players, we're done. Oh, speaking of which, Pirates. Let's discuss. They want to send me Yoldin de la Paz, who's been a reliever for them the past 2 years, done very well. His stuff is, above average by a bit. Good movement, good control. I mean, yeah, he's not bad. In exchange, they want Jake Yeager. I don't really want to give him up because he might have very good secondary stuff. Why is he in Double A? Did I do that? Oh, I did. Yeah, Double A be a bit much. Send him down to High A. Okay, and they want Bruin Agpayani, who was our utility guy. Wow, he is sucked in Rookie Ball. Go to High A, redeem yourself. Never mind, go back to Rookie Ball. I mean, I don't really want De La Paz. I mean, I accept he's had a really good year. He's got good movement, good control, but I like all my bullpen options already. And he's getting paid 3.5 million, which I would then have to pay more of an arbitration. I'm good. We pass. All right, let us play game one of the Twins series. Luis De Leon on the mound against David Peterson, excuse me. I'm honestly just going to keep Condon on the bench. Give Tucker Tillman some more at-bats. Because I'm a nice guy like that. I'll give... It is a lefty. Never mind, I need Howie Lee. I thought about resting him, but I'm like, it's a lefty. He needs to hit. Speaking of a time to hit, Cole Kerrigan second. Howie Lee walks. I'll take that. Here's Bregman. Hits it right up. That should be. The animation. He was safe. You're blind. Dominguez hits it deep to center and caught. That angle did me so dirty there. It looked like that ball was going to fly out of the stadium. And it just descended to the earth. That was depressing. Okay, Luis got out of the jam. Very good. Still no runs for us through three. Hunter Goodman injured? Oh, no. Well, that's our best hitter. Come on, man. He's even DHing for crying out loud. Oh, no. Okay, they still have Peterson in as the lefty. I'm going to have Tovar just take his spot now. Man alive. I mean, that hurts. With any luck, he'll be out for a couple days or like a week. As Tovar strikes out swinging. I suddenly don't really care much about the outcome of this game. Luis De Leon looks like he doesn't care either as he walks Royce Lewis. How's Royce Lewis been? Oh, look at that. The entirety of the sim, he's been healthy. That's wonderful. We love that. That's really good. That's really good. I always liked Royce Lewis. All right. They get one runner. There we go. Praza strikes out on 3 pitches. Can he get Matt Wallner the same? No. Wallner hits it to right. It is down. That's going to score both runners. Wallner with a 2 RBI double. Yankel Fernandez's arm genuinely scares me. Like, it's rated as a 65, but the man never hits the third baseman. It always goes wide. I have a feeling Luis isn't going to be able to get me 5 innings. Let's get Griffin Jacks ready. Hey, Luis gave me 5. Good man. Nothing. Our bats are cold, and Hunter Goodman just is probably going to go on the IL, which is a horrendous combination. Griffin Jacks needed 27 innings to get out of that. Oh boy, what a time. Okay, Gonzalez is aboard. Come on, Dario. You can do this, buddy. Hits it to right, and it's down. Run, Nick. Run. And he's safe. We're on the board. There we go. I mean, hey, if Dario can become an everyday catcher for us, if Hunter Goodman's out for a while, then I'm okay. Tucker Tillman grounds out at the end of the inning, but we do get 1 run in. All right, Gage Wood is going to take the 7th. Clean. He is on 16 pitches. I'm going to have Gastelum get ready for the 8th. Ooh. Cole Carrick is aboard. Bregman, full count, hits it up to center, down. Cole Carrick scores. Ty Morgan. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, Chandler Simpson. Good for him. He found a new home. 67 steals in 2028. Very impressive. Dominguez grounds out into the fielder's choice. Okay. We've tied it up. We're going Gastelum for the 8th. And he allows a solo shot to their DH. Oh boy. Oh, he allowed 2. It got even worse. All right. We need some magic here. Tovar's getting us started. He hits it up, but that's gonna fall. Again, the camera is so low. It makes me think the ball is going a lot farther than it really is. Nick Gonzalez case. Here's Dario. Hits it up. And that's your ball game. We lose to the Twins 4-2. But behind that, Hunter Goodman, injured, diagnosis unknown. So we're going to advance, and hopefully it'll tell me his injury. Damn. Okay, so let's operate under the assumption that Hunter Goodman is going to be out for a bit. In terms of internal options at catcher, I'm going to be honest. It's not great. The AI has Betancourt in AA for some reason. I'm almost nah, yeah, internally we don't have great catcher options, which is kind of a sad state of affairs. Luis Campusano, in all honesty, would probably be the best one in terms of a backup. He's not going to strike out a ton. His defense is okay. I really have a lot of these average level catchers. Cole Messina, let me compare you to Campusano. Mm, yeah, I think I would probably just do, because trading for a catcher, I mean, it's kind of a dangerous thing for me to do if Hunter Goodman isn't out for a while. I'm going to look at the trade block specifically for catchers. Two of them have 50 overalls. Henry Davis is available. He's making too much money. Like that's no. Austin Wells, I assume, yeah, he's making too much also. Hunter Fiducia, if we wanted to take the Dodgers catcher, I mean, he's pretty good, to be fair. That might just be a good ad in general. Any like really young guys? Nah, not really. Fiducia could be a good ad. 40-year-old Yes Money Grandal, if we just want to go crazy with it. Mickey Gaspar, currently backing up for the Twins. Not great defense. Oh, yeah. What's Hunter's defensively? I mean, I like Hunter. And again, this would only be a trade that we make for this season. What would they want for Hunter? Okay, you're wanting a bit more than I thought you would. Gonna be honest. And again, if Hunter Goodman is fine, then this kind of becomes a very silly deal. They want I don't want. Why do you want like ready to roll guys? I guess you are in win now mode, so it makes sense. What if I offer you, say, the left fielder I just acquired, Jose Aguilar? Man, they want like guys ready now. Why do you have to be in win now mode for this guy, huh? Hmm. Well, they want David Franchini. I don't think giving up. I mean, let me compare Fiducia to Dario really quick. Yeah, I think Hunter would start against lefties, Dario would start against righties. So, is that worth it down the stretch to trade like either Fidel or a player that's contributing for us now? I feel like the answer is no. What are the names on the list? Gaspar, I mean, Gaspar isn't bad. It might not be a bad idea to get somebody who does really good against lefties ratings wise, like a Joey Bart. Never mind, he's making 8.4 million. Never mind. Yeah, Bart, Henry Davis, but they're making a lot of money. Miguel Amaya's making too much money. Gustavo Campera is rated terribly at catcher. Yeah, like Hunter Fiducia would be the ideal. So worth it to give up a 50 potential guy? Like if I say I will give you Eric Lucas and Mike Sanders. No. Okay. They only want ready guys. Of which case the only one out of here I would trade would be Fidel. But I mean then I'm giving up a 26-year-old reliever with some of the best stuff in baseball for like a 2 month. I don't think that's worth it. You know what? Waiver wire? No catchers? Dang. Part of me just says we call up Campusano and just roll with that, but that also just seems like a terrible plan. That's just kind of where I'm at. Hmm. I accidentally hit the start button by accident when we have a game. Pause. Skip Nixon, please. I have received a trade proposal. Royals. They want CJ Sampson. Go away. Wish I could sort that screen. Okay. Very simple. Whomst. Astros. No. Who you got a catcher, Astros? Got Yanier Diaz and Miguel Palma. Palma ain't bad, but I imagine I mean Palma would be an upgrade over, say, Campusano or Messina if I were to call one of them up. And he would be solid against lefties. He's still on the minimum because he just got called up. In exchange, I think Suriel makes the most sense. Casilla, I would like to hang on to, even though I accept he is dying in AAA right now. I think I'd still rather give up Suriel. I think that's the deal. All right, let's do it. So there is our catcher issue, hopefully fixed, assuming Hunter Goodman goes there. The fact that I can't, like, I hate that I accidentally hit continue on that. Didn't I reject this trade already? Clear. Yeah, I'm assuming Hunter Goodman's gonna go on the IL. Can I play my game while this is going on? Is that a thing? Is that a thing the AI will let me do? Answer? Who knows? I'm just gonna keep continuing. Trade deadline is passed. As it does. Okay, cool. It didn't sim my game. That said, I might sim it anyway. I think it will. I'm gonna sim game 2 of the Twins. Hunter Goodman obviously is gonna go out. Dario is gonna catch. Godspeed. I hope it tells me, because if it doesn't tell me after today, then it's probably a really bad injury. It didn't tell me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Player event updates. Not looking great. I'll take what I can get. Ashley Andujar getting a nice little boost there. Alan Ford goes 5 for 5 at Double A. Look at our boy. Well, we lost 4-9. Not great. Chase Burns got shelled. Vodnik gave up 3. I really gave this man a contract extension, and then he just imploded. It really is hilarious. Zerpa gave up a run. Herrera. Bad days all around. I think at this point, I'm going to move Hunter Goodman to the 10-day. He probably has like a broken foot, and that's just depressing. And then I got to go back to July. And then Miguel Palma is going to be our backup catcher against righties. He is going to start against lefties. I also now need a DH against lefties, which is going to be Nick Gonzalez is going to DH, and then Tovar will just come back in. And I'm going to accept the fact that Tovar is not going to have good on base against lefties, but he's going to have the slugging, which will hopefully see us through the day. I'm going to sim the finale against Twins. I have faith in Herrera to seeing us through. I shouldn't have had faith. 5 weeks for Hunter Goodman as we lose 1-3. Yeah, Herrera got hit. We are now crumbling to the end of July. We have lost 6 games in a row. Hunter Goodman is out 5 weeks. So that's going to be obviously all of August and then a little bit of September. To be fair, that could have been a lot worse, which is a wild thing to say about a 5-week injury. It must be said. So we're going to lose Hunter Goodman for a bit, which is a shame. I mean, he was arguably our best hitter this year. 24 homers, 914 OPS for crying out loud. Already worth 3 WAR. And that's with a down July relative to how he was doing. So he's going to be out for a little over a month, which sucks. It is a good thing I did not put him on the 60-day IL. That would have been disastrous. So, I mean, we're going to get a long look. We're going to get a long look at Dario catching against righties. And honestly, I mean, ratings-wise, he doesn't have the power you'd want out of a catcher, but his avoid Ks are really solid, good contact. I mean, he has a good his on base percentage is 364. Like, you'll take that on any team. What killing him is a slugging, which is a 323. So there is that. So he's going to play against righties. Miguel Palma is going to take against lefties. I mean, he's a leader. He's got solid defensive ability. His arm isn't great, and he's only on the minimum. So, I think he can also be a AAA depth catcher for us next year and get that taken care of. What we've also done sneakily at the trade deadline is massively upgrade our locker room. because now we have a captain in Nick Gonzalez and a third leader in Miguel Palma, which I think is worth it. So, all right, let me really quick recap trade deadline. So we didn't really do much insofar of trades. We made 3 trades. First one was honestly the biggest, where we gave up pitching prospect Gregory Sanchez, who likely is going to be a reliever in the future. He projects to have really good stuff. Control just isn't quite there. But, a decent pitching prospect, I would say. In exchange, we get Nick Gonzalez, who by default upgrades our backup infield, gives us a lot of flexibility defensively, to fill in at second and move how you lead, or DH, etc., etc. Can spell Tovar against lefties. We're gonna have to figure out if we want him back next season. He wants a lot of money, so this is likely just a 2-month rental and then for the playoffs. But overall, really happy to get him in the building. And then our second trade, we shipped off Dre Jameson to the Tigers, who didn't have a great year, unfortunately. His whip was up to a 1.4. Home runs were up, BABIP was up. And this is after he pitched 93 innings for us the year before. So, unfortunate. We couldn't get back-to-back good years out of him. But we send him off for outfield prospect Jose Aguilar, who already is solid defensively at 17. He's doing, I would say, okay in rookie ball, not so great with us, hilariously. But looks to be a pretty solid prospect. And then we also got Will Warren, who is going to round out our rotation, let Sandy Ozuna pitch in AAA, which I think will be good for him. And then finally, a trade we made on deadline day, trading prospect Jose Suriel, who I signed prior to this season. He did great in high A, struggled in double A quite a bit, and we have sent him off to the Astros in exchange for catcher Miguel Palma, who, not the most exciting profile, let's be frank. He doesn't have great power. His eye is probably a little bit better than a 45 because he got 55 walks in AAA, but we'll see. So, purely a backup catcher, for a month and a little bit, and then we're going to send him down to AAA toward the end of the season. So, that's the trade deadline. Not the flashiest thing in the world. We do give up 2 pitching prospects in these deals, but I think overall our infield is improved by getting Nick Gonzalez in the door. Our rotation is improved with Will Warren. TBD on our bullpen if losing Dre Jameson and going from 9 to 8 will hurt us long term. So I would say overall, really successful deadline. We are now 5 games back from the Dodgers. So they're starting to build up a pretty good lead over us. Wild card, we're 3 games ahead of the Mets and the Marlins. So we'll try to chase the division if we can. But I think, unfortunately, just with how July went, where we started poorly, had a good middle there, but then lost 5 straight, that may have been too big of a hole to get ourselves out of. But that is it for me, everyone. Going to end the episode here. I think few trades at the deadline, couple prospects moved around to prioritize the major league team. We get Nolan Chanuel back within 3 weeks. Hunter Goodman's out for 5. We'll see if we can get through the month of August unscathed, especially with a 3-game series against the Dodgers coming up in a bit. So I thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.